Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yup, let's just get into it. And right now we can see that Bitcoin, where's my Bitcoin chart right here, is at 16,600. Actually, we got a nice little pump today coming into $17,273, and we basically got rejected from that level. I guess we didn't exactly touch this level, but overall we got very close to it, and ultimately we came back down to retest the levels around 16,000. So for the time being we are chopping sideways, and I guess you could say, you could make the argument that we are forming a bit of a W pattern right here, double bottom, but we're gonna have to see how this develops. After all, tomorrow we do have the PPI. I'm gonna just pull that in later, but we'll keep going right here. And again, if you guys want to help support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. So smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. You guys are awesome. Love you guys, and let's keep going. Let's take a look at market cipher on the daily time frame. We just made a new candle right here. We can see we have a 4 and a 9, and the momentum waves are starting to curl up right here. Like I talked about yesterday, we could potentially be getting ready to get a nice little green dot right here, getting ready for a bounce back up towards the upside. But again, the markets, the traditional markets, are going to dictate the pace of where Bitcoin is going. If the market's going to start dumping, then you're going to see Bitcoin dumping. After all, last week we saw a huge pump in the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones in every single traditional market. We also saw a big rally for Bitcoin as well that basically backstopped the entire collapse of the crypto market. We can see that Bitcoin came down to like 15,500, and it rallied all the way from like 15,800 all the way up to as high as 18,200 before closing the day underneath this blue trend line right here. Now let's keep going. We made some nice trades today on the SPY. Again, we made some gains, but again, not every single day is going to be a win. After all, let's take a look. Today we actually took a loss on our trade. We took a nice little day trade right here, made around $180, 36% gain. But again, we took a trade near the end of the day, trying to squeeze out a little bit more gains, but unfortunately this call option expired, basically worthless. I sold it at around 90% loss, but again, we were playing with some very small amounts. Overall, we were starting with like a $150,000 account, but doesn't mean you have to use a whole pie. I use a very small percentage to make amazing gains, and that actually can give you guys a bit of an example right here in the Discord right here. We actually bought some SPX calls today. Some people caught it, some people didn't, but again, we used only about like $750, and we are up over 82% on this gain right here. We actually have some members that actually recently joined. I think Jake Carlos is always putting YouTube comments. He just came in. He just subscribed to the gold membership. So first day as a gold member, let's see how it goes. I think it's gonna go great for you, Jake Carlos, if you guys trade options. Again, I'm gonna make a tutorial video on how to copy the call options and put options that I put out for you guys that are new to options trading. Obviously, it's a little bit more complicated than just buying a stock and shorting a stock. There's a lot more that goes into it, but I'll take the time and I'll make a little video for you guys. Now let's keep going. Let's see where Bitcoin could be going in the short term. After all, tomorrow we do have the PPI, and if it is hotter than expected, then you can probably expect some more downside in the markets. If the PPI comes hotter, then the markets are going to assume that the Fed is going to continue with raising the rates, and that's not what the market wants. The market wants lower rates. The market wants to rally. But in my opinion, this is another bear market rally that's doomed to fail. But we're gonna have to see what happens. We still have a very good chance of potentially reaching 4,100 to 4,200, depending on how strong the rally is, if the PPI numbers come in lower than expected, and if we get the Fed coming a little bit more dovish. But in my opinion, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. We're gonna have to see what happens. Let's stay reactive. Again, we need to be, as traders, we need to react to news accordingly. We can't just, stay set on a course and say I'm not closing my trade until they pivot. But they could not pivot for a very long time, or you might stay in a loss for a very long time depending on your position in the market. But overall, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's keep going right here. Like I said many times before, we have that 400 weekly coming in at 13,706. That would be a very big target for me for Bitcoin. If you can get down to this level, you can actually take a look at the previous crash right here. During the 2020 crash, we basically came down to that 300 weekly right here, but we never came down to the 400. The 400 has never been touched yet. After all, it only started, you know, tracking before in April 2019. So overall, that's a big target for me there. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, see if anything's changed there. I don't think anything's changed. After all, the price didn't really move. We still have a 17 and a -5. Overall, very bearish, so we could expect more downside in this week if, you know, the how do you say if the economic data worsens. Actually, let's take a look at a few stocks that we're shorting right here, and let's get off of Bitcoin for the time being. Let's take a look at CAT quickly, because CAT, we have a bit of a trade going on CAT right now. We actually closed the day below $237.30, so that's a bit of a trade, for a free trade for you guys right there. And we actually have one of our members who put out an amazing call on CI. Again, this was during the live stream. If you guys didn't catch it, this was an amazing call from Gigi. She put it out in the live stream, and I actually put it out into the live stream as well, so people could take a look at it. And I even mentioned it in the Discord. And this was a beautiful short from $330 basically all the way down to $290. I think this was like a 15% gain in one single trade. So if you guys managed to catch this, good for you. But overall, I think the markets are doomed to this rally is doomed to fail. We have a lot of overbought stock right now that looks extremely, you know, overbought. We can see that the Bank of America right now is at $38. You can see this rally down from $29 all the way to $37. And again, BlackRock, another one that's absolutely crazy, down from $500 all the way to $790. This is an amazing one I'm going to be keeping my eye on as well. You got JP Morgan Chase getting a severe rally as well. So these ones are going to get a pullback. And when these value stocks are going to get a pullback, you're going to get a nice pullback in the Dow Jones as well. Overall, the Dow Jones is very extended. Actually, the one that's performing the best right now compared to the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. And the Russell 2000 is actually at a great shorting position right now. We actually, let's see if we close the day below the 200 weekly. The 200 daily. We actually did manage to close the day underneath the 200 daily, so that's not great for the bulls right there. You might see some selling pressure tomorrow. And tomorrow at the open, we are going to get Walmart earnings. And if Walmart's earnings worsen, that is going to dictate that the economic conditions are worsening, but we also might get another big sell-off in the markets as well. But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. You guys are awesome. If you guys want to subscribe to my Discord, you guys could click the link in the description. You guys can join. You guys can check out all my stock trades, option trades, and crypto trades. Everything is posted on my website. My profit loss history is there. And if you guys want to sign up for Big Get Training, the link is in the description as well. And again, a reminder to you all, do not keep any long-term holdings or anything you're not willing to lose on any crypto exchange. After all, we had the whole FTX situation. You don't want it to happen to any other exchange, and you don't know if any of them are solvent or insolvent. You just don't know until it happens. So play it safe, keep your stuff on a cold storage, and you're gonna sleep very well at night. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. You guys are awesome. Love you guys, and don't forget to smash that like button.